Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk to you about being anxious, feeling anxious, and how I avoid or try to avoid getting there, feeling there. It's almost personally, I don't feel like I'm in an anxious state constantly, but I've been finding myself anxious where it's to the point of no return. So it's like all of a sudden I let things happen. I allow things to happen that create this ball of anxiousness. And once I'm in that state of anxiousness, it's harder to kind of get out of there. Now, being that this is an ASMR community, we're all watching videos to help soothe and calm our state of minds and be able to sleep better, be able to just relax. And so for me, scripture helps. There's been a few of you that have asked about some scriptures for anxiety, and I think it's a wonderful idea. I wanted to share my personal feelings about anxiousness. I feel like anxiousness is like a little bug, like a little Pac-Man, that it just keeps eating little by little by little, and then I'm imagining this Pac-Man, as it keeps eating, it's growing. So once it grows into this big giant Pac-Man, it's harder to, it's like that's when you feel overwhelmed. That's where it just gets worse, and it's like, how do you get out of it when you're in that state? This is what I suggest. You need to detach yourself from whatever it is that is making you feel anxious. Like for me, I have just my daily stuff, my things to do. I feel like I put my own high expectations of how my house should look like, how my life should look like, how my kids should act, and how they shouldn't. How in all these negative things pop up on, oh my gosh, I'm being a bad mother. I'm giving my daughter, mac and cheese for dinner again for the third time. My oldest, with her homeschooling, I homeschool her, and we're struggling with math, and it's very frustrating. So it's like all these little things build up. Just that tension between things that need between people, personalities, just life in general. We have goods and bads. But I feel that we do need to focus on the good. I was listening to a message yesterday, and it was talking about when bad things are gonna happen in life, and we have to be willing to trust God. That's so much harder than when you say it. Because when things are going great, oh God, I trust you. You are the man. I trust you. But when things in life gets harder, it's almost where you feel abandoned, or you feel like nobody's here to help me. What's wrong? What did I do wrong? I'm trying to do my best. And the message that I got yesterday was talking about how we need to work within ourselves before we start dealing with others. Like before we start pointing fingers at so-and-so for doing this, and so-and-so doesn't treat me right, and so-and-so is taking advantage. And we need to work within ourselves. So this Anxiousness, I'm sure all of us, this level of anxiousness, I'm sure happens to all of us. And that's what I'm saying, that they are different levels of anxiousness. And the goal is to keep yourself from the big Pac-Man. As soon as you see yourself getting overwhelmed, write down what it is, like the one main issue that's going on at the moment. Write it down. And the goal is to not let those little issues grow into a big issues, and now you have like 10 big issues and you don't know how to get yourself out of it. I believe the biggest way to kind of snap out of it is to find a friend, talk to someone about it. That really helps. Join the church. Things to do. Like, I really want to connect in church. I really want to connect myself with a group and grow. That's how you grow. So that's, for me, that's a lesson for me that I need to do. I have my family. I have friends, but I generally try to internalize. I think there's a stubbornness about me that I want to deal with it on my own. So nobody's asking for help. I can do it. No, I can do it. It's something about proving yourself. And this is all me, how I feel in my personal life. Everybody's going through ups and downs. Everybody's going through problems and issues, and probably even worse than how you feel right at this moment. You may feel like the world's crashing down on you. It has probably been the result of letting it build up, letting that anxiousness build up. I know that reading scriptures, finding a scripture that works for you, that the Proverbs that's, oh gosh, I'm going blank. Oh my gosh, I'm going blank. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lead into your own understanding. Whatever you do, follow, and He will direct your path. And this verse, it comes so deep for me. But at the same time, it's almost where like I need to say it maybe 10 times until it really sinks in. And that's what scripture does. It's like you have to be in the state of mind to be open to it. So since we are in a state, or when we are in a state of anxiousness, when that Pac-Man is huge, reading a scripture once, twice, maybe 3 times, it may not work. It may not work. It might not sink in, because you remember, your level of anxiousness is so high that it's got to chisel its way down to reach into your heart. So to let God in, to let God work and start healing you. I believe that is just consistent. It's being consistent. If any of you saw the movie The War Room, I love that movie and I gotta watch it over again. And I've been wanting to do just a little section in my closet and have my scriptures and have my prayer list, and be bold when you're praying. Ask God for healing to work in your heart, to mend your heart, to soften your heart to certain people that are getting to you. It's like a snowball effect with anxiousness. It starts off just like a little bit, like a little nudge, like, oh gosh, that bothers me. Oh, I can't believe she did that. Oh, I can't believe. Oh my gosh, taking advantage of me. Oh, I can't believe that. And it becomes this snowball effect of pity on ourselves. Again, this is just my personal experience of, on a day to day, on the things that I deal with. I'm a very quiet person. I feel very self-conscious when I'm speaking to people, when I don't want to hurt someone's feelings. I don't say things that I should, because I might hurt their feelings, or I may not know how to say it in a way that's the nicest way, so I don't say it at all. And that's a big, oh God, a big issue for me. Oh. And of course, when you let these little Pac-Mans, this little Pac-Man that starts eating all these little insecurities and negative thoughts, it grows. And that's when you're in full anxious mode, where you just don't know how to crawl out of that hole. You don't know what to do. I'm thankful that I have God to lean on, that we have the freedom to read the Bible. It's the nurturing, it's the food, it's the substance that we need in order to grow and be closer to Him. And we have free access to that. We have videos that we can watch where we can learn more and more about God. And this YouTube world, it's amazing, because there's so many people with different personalities, different perspectives on life, different levels of emotion or drive when it comes to reading the Bible, when it comes to reaching out and having that relationship with God. That the goals that you have as Christians, we want to grow closer and closer. And it's just YouTube. I thank God for YouTube, that has been able to be another form, another way to reach out and socialize with others like me, others like you, and be able to grow and learn. We all have different experiences, but there is something wise about people's experiences and what has worked for them and what hasn't worked for them. I definitely don't have any answers at all. But I would have to say, in the last couple months, I find myself in that level of anxiousness, to the most that I've ever been in. One, it helped me tremendously to detach. The first time that I kind of found myself in that state, I ran away. I ran away and I stayed with my mom for a couple days. It was for the weekend. And just taking yourself out of your daily life, it almost helps you unwind. It kind of breaks up that automatic day-to-day routine. It helps shift things, and it helps you to look at things a little bit different. The second time I got really, really overwhelmed was when we ended up going on vacation, right before we went on vacation. And again, it was a disconnection. It was not doing the things you do on a regular basis. Now, I understand that we have lives, we have work, we have responsibilities. We can't get away from that, but we can get away from those negative thoughts. There is a way to get away from your negative thoughts, but it takes training. It takes a lot of work. My third time that I felt like I was like, whoosh, I felt it creep up. Took a nap for about 4 hours. My body, your immune system kind of starts shutting down when it uses all this energy to fight, and then it's like now your body is fighting for to feel good, to feel it's got little energy. I did take a nap. My body just went, and I took about a 4-hour nap. Now, I don't know if it was part of the level of anxiousness or if I was actually getting sick, but I was feeling overwhelmed. It was a mental thing as well. And I took a nap, and I woke up refreshed. So, but then again, for me, I don't sleep well. I don't sleep enough. And I need to work on that, because that's a big thing. That's when your body recuperates, restores. You need that rest. Your body needs to rest, and your mind needs that rest. And I tend to be like an automatic on a daily basis. So I wake up at 7 o'clock, try to wake up earlier just to get more done. But I roughly around 7 o'clock, and I'm in rush mode to get my daughter, get Christina to get ready for school, take her to school, come back, make a video if I have chance, trying to edit, trying to do all this stuff, and go back home, give Benji his shot, make sure that I am, on time. And then it's like, okay, start working with Adriana with her homeschooling. Make sure she's doing it, make sure she's eating well, because she's not eating well. So it's like, and things fall through the cracks. When I focus on something, the laundry gets backed up. When I focus on Adriana's food, I run out of food, so now I gotta go to the store, and it's one thing over, and it seems so silly when I speak of this, but it's those daily things, it's those daily stresses that can build up and turn into big balls of anxiousness. Oh, I hate that. But anyways, so I just wanted to chat today about that anxiousness. Everybody feels it. Everybody goes through it. Journaling. Oh my gosh, journaling. It's such a huge way to detach yourself from the issues. Now, since my day is like on automatic, it's like I don't have time to sit down and journal. I don't make time. Just like making time to read the Bible. I don't make time on this. I'm doing a video. I don't sit down, and that's why I enjoy making these videos so much, because it forces me to sit down, open the Bible, and have this closeness with God. And it's amazing. And I've seen, the more I do it, the more blessings I see, and the better it is for my life. So I have to say, the times that I feel the most anxiousness, those are the times that I haven't opened the Bible as much. So I encourage you guys to just open it. Don't overwhelm yourself. I know the feeling of overwhelming yourself and wanting to read one chapter every day, and reading and making notes and doing your highlighting and color coordinating when it talks about God and when it talks about Jesus, and make a journal of, like, don't complicate yourself, and start slowly. Don't put all those high expectations. One scripture a day would be one scripture a day that you can read over and over and over throughout the day, and just ponder on that. Even if it's like a word, just like say a prayer. God speaks to you all the time. There's people talking about how they don't hear God, and God's not real because I don't hear him, and I pray all the time. And your heart has to be open. Your heart has to be ready to hear his word, and we have to be consistent. So this is going to be a first part, because the second part is going to be just reading scriptures on anxiousness. So I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope you enjoy the next one, which is all about anxiousness. And ponder, listen to them, ponder on them, and let them sink in. You will see changes happening. So I pray for all of you, and thank you again for watching and staying tuned and being part of this channel with me. We'll see you next time. Bye.